Welcome back to our studios here in the Hard Rock Hotel. Now, if you were watching the other day and this guy looks familiar to you, well, that's good reason. Drew Holmes is here, back from Volition. We're here talking about Saints Row the Third again. Now, Drew, as we told you guys, people in the comments have just been lighting us up, wanting to see more Saints Row the Third. There's something about your special brand of mayhem and humor, ridiculousness,
crazy, over-the-topness.
Yeah, explosive.
It's a little unique.
Yeah, all that stuff. People want more of that, and you guys are good enough to bring by more.
Yes.
What we've got next is an exclusive mission.
Exclusive, the second mission of the game. People have been talking about it. What's it going to be? It's a crazy skydiving mission we're going to show off.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So let's start rolling that mission, and Drew and I are going to... Actually, it starts off with a little cinematic.
Yeah, there's a cinematic to set
We're going to
up.
appreciate this in silence.
Them off.
You have any idea who you're fucking with here?
Of course. A remarkable likeness. These visions are Viola and Kiki, and I am Philippe Laurent, chairman of a multinational organization called the Syndicate.
Never heard of it.
Evidently not, or you would not have robbed our bank. Perhaps you wonder why you are still breathing at this point.
Actually, I wonder why my foot's not up your ass at this point.
Like it or not, Mr. Gatt, our organization is expanding into Stillwater. I am offering you the chance to leverage your assets against your lives. Ladies?
You may continue to operate the Saints Ultor Media Group as you see fit, in exchange for 66% of your monthly gross revenue.
That is before taxes, of course.
Listen, you French fuck.
Please. I am Belgian.
So make yourself a fucking waffle. We done here.
And I had so hoped to come to a rational business arrangement.
You got a van? No, not without you. What, there's like half a dozen guys? I can take it.
What about the plane?
I'll fly it back to Stillwater.
Johnny, you can't even drive stick. How you gonna fly a plane?
Details. Just cover the boss. Go. I got this.
Well, he's certainly a very capable young man.
Yeah. Johnny Gatt can take pretty much anything on.
Yeah, so there we got a glimpse at two of the warring factions in Saints Row the Third. The Saints and the Syndicate.
They're the main bad guy in the game. They're made up of the Morning Star, which is what Philippe and Kiki and Viola run. We've also got the Luchadors, run by the evil Killbane. He's a bunch of ex-wrestlers, roided up, like to run drugs and weapons and all that stuff.
Fun bunch.
Yeah, and then we've got the Deckers are sort of the high-tech angle of the Syndicate. Yeah, they've all joined forces against the Saints because, as we saw, the Saints said, go to hell, we're not going to be a part of you. And so now the player here is trying to escape with Sean D, get out the back of this aircraft and do a little skydiving fun, showing off some of the new combat here. Human shields. You can grab a guy, snap his neck if you want, or you can press the triangle or the Y button and toss him off in the distance. Some of the shooting mechanics here, a little bit of the free aim. Up in the right corner there, we're showing off like gang kills and all these things that are popping up. That's part of respect. Respect, the cooler the stuff that you do, the more different things that you try, activities, missions, all that stuff, it's going to earn you respect. And the more respect that you earn, you're going to be able to unlock player upgrades, like pimp out your weapons, buy new upgrades for your vehicles, give yourself new player abilities, and also upgrade your stronghold and your cribs and really make the Saints have this big presence in Steelport.
Nice way to incentivize just taking full advantage of all the stuff
we
you
want
can do,
players to experiment and try and do new and crazy things.
I'm really glad to hear that part of the human shield is being able to throw the guy, because there were, and I'm not exaggerating, hours spent in the GameSpot offices in Saints Row 2 just
Tossing
walking around
people
and throwing pedestrians, like down by the river, throwing them, trying to get them over the railing, trying to hit their head on the railing on the way over. Just a lot of freedom to just mess around and do what you want. Obviously, the plane is one of the more confined spaces you have in Saints Row the Third, but it's also there's sort of now obviously some dramatic tension going on here. That plane is maybe going down. Or
Yeah,
at the
what's
very
happened
least
is
in
they
trouble.
tried to get a hold of Johnny and they said, hey, we're ready to go. And as Johnny's talking to him, all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of gunshots. The plane now, as we see here, is starting to go down. So they get separated from Johnny, and their plan to safely skydive out of the plane is going to go horribly wrong.
And so they are maybe, okay, here goes the skydiving. Safe skydiving practices do not involve automobiles, but here we are floating through the heavens. Is that a mid-air enemy crab? What?
Yeah, we really wanted to focus, take on all of our missions in Saints Row the Third and focus on something crazy and unique, something that's not going to be happening in just walking around the city causing mayhem. We wanted things to really stand out in the missions so that they were memorable. People wanted to play them and say, "Oh my God, can you believe what happened in Mission 1, Mission 2, Mission 6, or whatever it may be?" So yeah, this is our homage to a little of. A little bit of Crank, a little bit of shoot 'em up. We wanted to go for that crazy, ridiculous action feel.
I think, yeah, that's skydiving gunfight is pretty much right within that niche that you're going for
Absolutely.
here. All right, now you jumped out of the plane with a friend here.
Yeah, Shawnee is still falling down, so you've got to, after you've taken all these Morningstar, we're going to go down and try and rescue her.
And there is that. It's kind of hard to see right now, but is that the footprint of the city far
That
below
is the city. That's
Yeah.
the new city of Steelport that we're falling down into. We thought it was kind of a unique way to introduce the player. You've never really skydived into your first city with flaming cars and wreckage from a plane.
Yeah, that's not the kind of city you'd want to live in, but
Right. So here we're going to grab Shawnee.
because she does not have a parachute.
She does not. So we're safe.
Yay!
for
Oh,
the
happy
time
ending.
being,
Everything's
because
cool.
this plane is
Nothing weird's gonna happen now.
not at all.
That lightning is not ominous. And so the player was in that cutscene we saw, and that plane is banking. And Shondi, one of the main characters, is there sort of a relationship that develops there over the course of the game?
Well, Shawnee's been with you since Saints Row 2.
Right.
It's really very much sort of a mentor-mentee relationship. Yeah, she's really a big part of the Saints.
A mentor-mentee drop you into
Yeah, drop you. So
type
here
of
we go.
relationship. Whoa!
Big moment flying through the plane.
What? That I think I don't remember.
We
seeing that
don't
in
pull
sort of
any
action
punches.
film.
We're going to
No.
go crazy, ridiculous, and extremely over the top.
And now he picked up a.
And he's got his parachute again.
He's got a parachute again, but he forgot something, and that's Shondi.
Yeah,
right?
Shawnee still is falling to her death.
Is she the kind of lady who freaks out in a situation like
Yeah,
this?
she's not very happy.
Yeah, understandable. Look at
The
these guys.
closer
Though.
she
He's
gets.
like, I love that. This is like legit skydiving tactics to like slow yourself down. Put your arms out and whatnot.
Yeah,
but it looks like he's just kind of sitting there placidly, like I'm gonna shoot you now.
You can flip back and forth from like facing downward to facing upward. So give players, if there's a guy up above you, you can. It's not scripted. You can change at will.
But that was a little QuickTime event. You guys using those throughout the game?
Yeah, we've
sort of?
got some sort of crazy melee animations that they're using. If you pull the left trigger or the L2 button, that's going to initiate these crazy, ridiculous melee animations. Pile driving guys, throwing suplexes on them. Lots of insane, ridiculous things that we really just felt like it fit Saints Row.
And there's a lot of times where words like crazy and ridiculous are thrown around, but if you watch a little bit of Saints Row the Third in action, you know that this is not hyperbole. These things, like, there is craziness in this game,
yes.
and that's just one of the things you guys do so well, is creating a place where all this stuff totally happens and totally makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like, why of course you would shoot a hole in the cockpit of the plane and then rocket through, like.
So the more ridiculous, the more we feel it really fits, and it's something that's very cohesive, and I think it's very uniquely Saints Row.
Pretty fun for you guys to create these situations.
Oh
and
yeah,
cook them up.
absolutely. The brainstorming sessions are completely nuts. Just thinking up what type of weapon do we want, right? And having things like Professor Genki, or it's just there's really anything can go. The more ridiculous weapon that you can come up with, the better.
And so all this ridiculousness, remind folks again, that's being unleashed on the public When?
November 15th on all platforms.
November 15th, all platforms, just in time for what a great way to spend Thanksgiving
Yeah,
weekend, you know?
exactly.
Gather
Spend
the
it with your
family
mom
around
and
the
dad.
tube, send the younger kids out of the room, please. This is obviously going to be Ed for Mature. Cool. Drew, thank you so much for bringing
Yeah,
by that
thanks a
footage,
lot. No
giving
problem.
us and our viewers a look at it. I'm sure they really enjoyed it. I did. Definitely looking forward to hearing more about Saints Row the Third as November approaches.
Yes.
Cheers.